Well, good morning, everybody out there in YouTube land. Yes, you are actually hearing chevahaulic. It's been a while, hasn't it? Yeah, I know. So, it's August, or I should say it's, holy crap, it's August already. Uh, so summer's ticking on by. What have I been up to? Well, I can tell you right now, I haven't watched much YouTube. I haven't even been on the computer much. But I have been hitting up a lot of car shows, mostly with this guy here. Even did the big show, the show that I always look forward to. That was down in Milwaukee at PAPS, and that was an awesome show. Definitely can't wait for next year. And for anybody who hasn't figured it out yet, there's a couple. I'm also part of that car club now that puts that on. So I had to work it, which actually I was kind of scared for a second there, but actually was a lot of fun. I enjoyed the heck out of it. So I need to say, I can't wait for next year. It's going to be fun. But this car's been racking up miles like you wouldn't believe. It's been everywhere. Green Bay. It's almost the border of Wisconsin, Illinois. It's got almost 4,000 miles on it. It's actually due for an oil change again. El Camino, been driving that too pretty good. Been getting out and about. Not a lot, but it's definitely more than past years, so I'm happy. The work I did to it last year really woke it up, and it's just really enjoyable to drive. And I went and joined another car club, because, if you're going to join one, you might as well join two. Actually, I was part of these guys when it first came out. Now they're probably the largest car club in the state of Wisconsin, the Kierkein Cruisers. But we had their picnic yesterday, so I got to meet most of the people. Most of the people I already know. So now I'm going to car shows all the time, especially during the summer. That's been taking up a lot of my time. During the week, trying to hit up as many, local car shows. It's actually been really hot and sticky, humid, so the last 2 weeks I really haven't. But, come end of August and into September, I'll probably be giving it pretty good again. It's just a lot of fun. I enjoy it. The Matt Rod, the Oldsmobile, and then the 40 Chevy, those two have been out pretty often. Not as often, obviously, as the Model A, but they've been out and about. I've had the Matt Rod, Milwaukee a few times. It's been all over the place. 40, it's hit up most of the shows around here. I usually rotate between that and the Model A during the week. So yeah, they're all on the road. And then this car here, the 33 Chevy Project, got the green light. Been slowly buying parts for it again, and rainy days or days I just don't feel like going outside. Been working on this one. Nothing really cool to show you. It's all that piddly stuff that, just takes time to fabricate this, fabricate that. I did get the rumble seat lid. I had to make my own hinges for it and made a stop. So that's all done. That was during the summer here. A couple other little things, working on a dash right now. You can't see in there. Shifters in. The floors is about done. I'm just about to that point to take it all apart. Finish welding. Do a couple tweaks here and there, and then sandblast paint. Start putting it back together. Let's see. Like I said, it really hasn't been a lot going on. YouTube worthiness. Been building a lot of transmissions again. I think we're up to like 12 or 15 this year, just in Turbo 350s. And then I'm doing power glides now. Haven't talked to the guy to see if they actually work, but he keeps calling me and saying he wants to, drop off another one. So I must be doing something right. Those are for race cars. So that one's good to go. He's dropping off a couple more I guess this week, so every night puts on them. And then you probably noticed these parts laying here. Most definitely not small block Chevy stuff. But I think I told you about that one Cadillac motor. It had the orange valve covers and all that, looked kind of funky. That was going into my buddy's hearse. Well, what happened to this engine, and if people who've been following me since day one, this hearse, I actually had the motor out of it. We went through it, cleaned it up, put it all back together. I couldn't tell how many miles he's got on it, but he did drive it quite a bit for the first couple of years. He sold it last fall, and the guy who bought it, you know, not probably the best guy, probably was cars, put a different air filter on it, and didn't test to make sure that it would clear the throttle linkage when you go to full fuel, and it stuck wide open. And most people probably would have just turned the key off, but he didn't. He put it in neutral and got out of the car and popped the hood and looked at stuff, and then, you know, stood there and stared at it for a little bit, and then finally walked back to the car and, you know, turned it off. By that time, you know, this thing's been screaming at, you know, $5 grand, $6 grand, $7 grand, who knows, until the valve started floating. And 425 Cadillacs aren't really like, you know, a 283 Chevy. You can't just scream them like that forever. So it basically spun every rod bearing until the engine stopped turning. That one right there is where she actually bit the crank pretty hard and made it stop, but it spun every rod. When the rod bearings let loose, then the pistons smashed into the heads, smashed pretty much all the top ring lands, and it just made a mess. So my buddy ended up getting the car back because this guy didn't want it no more, so that's why he put that motor in. But just finished that up last night. It's sitting outside the shop here, but it's actually really hot and muggy, so that's why I got the door closed. It's nice and cool in here yet this morning. So the heads are good yet. I'll probably put those in inventory. Couple of that bin of parts there. Crank is junk, but we're going to turn it into a bar stool. So that was this weekend. Like I said, transmissions. There's another one that's, I'm waiting for the guy to drop his off so I can put his valve body and accumulator spring and some other stuff in it. Then he can put that in his car. I got 2 more getting dropped off. I think I told you that already. So transmissions have just been crazy this year. I've never, it's the most transmissions I've ever rebuilt in 1 year, which is cool. And that's about it. That's just a quick update on what's going on here. Pretty boring, I'm guessing. If you're bored, one of you guys can come over and help me put that hood back on that hearse. Stupid thing must weigh 500 pounds, and usually I can do it by myself, but not that one. That one's just too heavy. And I'm getting too old. So, videos are going to be starting to come in pretty soon here. I didn't give up on you guys. It's just been, you know, like I said, summer. Summer rolls around, I got better things to do than sit inside and play on a computer. So it's been busy, but most definitely we'll get back at it. Like I said, we got the Volvo project, and I got a couple other projects lined up for the summer, or what summer? Winter, once this one's out of here. And we'll be making videos. So thanks for being patient. Hang in there, and I'll be back. And we'll talk to you guys later.